It's Thursday, May the 21st, and here's your update. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President, Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, accompanied by His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed and His Highness Sheikh Saif bin Zayed, attended a retreat showcasing the next phase of the UAE government's Agentic AI project to integrate the technology into government operations. His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs, has met with the German Chancellor. His Excellency Friedrich Merz hosted the meeting in Berlin, where he reaffirmed Germany's solidarity with the UAE and condemned the attacks on civilian sites and facilities in the Emirates. And a convoy of 15 trucks carrying more than 195 tons of food parcels has arrived in Gaza as part of the UAE.
Breaking news overnight on the Ebola virus. We learned that an Air France flight from Paris to Detroit was forced to divert to Montreal, Canada. The reason? Officials said a passenger on board had recently traveled from an Ebola outbreak zone.
No one told us what was actually happening, just that U.S. authorities were diverting us to Montreal.
Deborah Mister was returning home with her partner on what she thought was a routine flight from Paris to the Motor City. But hours before landing, Air France Flight 378 was diverted to Montreal because a passenger from a country affected by the Ebola outbreak was on board.
They suddenly tell us that we are being diverted and they won't give you a reason, and you notice that all the flight attendants have masks on now.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection says Air France allowed a passenger from the Democratic Republic of Congo to board in error, violating new entry restrictions designed to keep a deadly strain of Ebola from entering.
U.S. President Donald Trump may have just hinted at something that could really make China furious, a possible phone call with the leader of Taiwan. Asked whether he plans to call President Lai Ching-te before approving a $14 billion weapons package, Trump said this.
I speak to everybody. We'll work on that, the Taiwan problem.
That phrase, Taiwan problem, immediately raised eyebrows in Taipei because Trump praised Xi Jinping, then described democratic Taiwan using language that sounded a lot like Beijing's. Still, if a Trump-like call actually happens, it would be hugely symbolic. Back in 2016, Trump infuriated China after taking a congratulatory phone call from then Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen. China's military pressure around Taiwan has been surging ever since. Taiwan President Lai Ching-te responded cautiously about what he'd like to tell Trump if they talk.
台海的和平稳定是世界安全跟繁荣的必要元素。我的政府不卑不亢，维持现状。
Have you not booked a summer holiday yet because you're nervous about whether flights could be cancelled? You're not alone, but now some travel companies are trying to reassure customers. There's been speculation the conflict in the Middle East could cause future shortages of jet fuel, and that could cause cancellations. And what's happened is a trend of late booking. EasyJet's boss has told people not to panic. He says the airline isn't having any issues with jet fuel supplies, and it intends to run the summer schedule that's currently on sale. Jet2 has also given assurances it plans to operate as normal, saying people can book with confidence. There has been a bit of airlines trimming back their schedules slightly in advance, but Asian airlines have felt the biggest impact from how the Iran war has affected jet fuel supplies.